In today's video, I want to give you guys some context about sleep paralysis, what it is, what it means, how we can navigate it, and how we can actually make it stop completely. What I really want to help with today is for anybody who's felt like I have before, who's experienced this fear of going to sleep, a fear of falling asleep because they don't know what's going to happen to them at night, what kind of feelings they're going to get, what kind of entities are going to visit them. And listen, I know that this video might be very out there for some of you who are new to this channel, but if you're looking up how to stop sleep paralysis, you are probably really having a difficult time with this. So I ask you to just try what I end up telling you in this video. Be open to it. See if it helps you out at night. And if it does, then great. You haven't had to do anything else other than what I tell you in this video, which is so simple. It's just a perspective change and a few intention setting and one incantation, and that's it. You're free from this fear that you get every night to go to bed. And I understand that fear. I've experienced that fear. So I know where you're not alone. I know where you're at. So give me the chance to tell you and to teach you what you can do to stop feeling this way. Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Lior Alexandra, and on this channel we talk about spirituality, self-development, the law of attraction, and today, sleep paralysis. So in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about sleep paralysis because it's something that I have struggled with myself for many years. Out of necessity, I had to really research this. I had to go deep. I had to talk to many people, and I have finally figured out what's going on with me, what's going on with a lot of people, because this is so common. You're not alone if this is happening to you. What it means, what we need to know about it, and how we can actually contain it, control it, stop it completely. So I want to start by giving you off some context to understand what's happening. In one Japanese dialect, there is this word called, it is kataware doki. Excuse my pronunciation. It basically means twilight, but it's kind of like the time where strange things happen. The time in between daytime and nighttime, which is this transitional time where strange things happen. This is the same concept of the mind state that we get into when we experience sleep paralysis. I talked about this in another video, how we can use this state in order to receive messages from our higher self and our spirit guides. I'll link that video below if you're interested in it. But this is also the state where we are susceptible to sleep paralysis. It's the state right before sleep, where your waking brain is falling into sleep, or where your sleeping brain is waking up. That is when we are most susceptible to sleep paralysis. Now, the reason why I introduced the Japanese concept is because consider this state of in between. It is twilight where weird things happen, dusk where strange things can happen. It's the hypnagogic state in between wakefulness and rest where strange things can happen. It's actually also in the astral realm. Sleep paralysis comes from entering and having connections and communication and experiences with the astral realm. The astral realm is in between this third dimensional reality and higher states, higher vibrational realities, higher frequencies and higher dimensions. So again, we have that in-between state where strange things could happen. Now, really good things could come out of the astral state. We can heal ourselves through learning how to use our time in the astrals. We can manifest through learning how to use our time in the astrals. And I will get into that in future videos. But first, we have to learn how to contain this sleep paralysis phenomenon and how to make it so that we are not being hurt by these events. I think this is so important because we are not taught, I don't know about the East, but in the West, we're not taught how to navigate the sleep state. We're not told that, everything in our life needs to be intentional, needs to have meaning, and that includes going to sleep, going to bed. We have to set intentions, we have to put meaning into everything so that we're not at the whims of other beings. Because just like we have human beings who are good and bad, who become good or bad, there are other entities in other dimensions who could be good and bad. Now, what is sleep paralysis? If you're new to this concept, I'm very, very excited that you haven't experienced it yet, but it is so common that it's likely that sometime in your life you did experience it and just didn't have the name for it. It's this state like I said, before you're falling asleep or when you're waking up, where your body becomes paralyzed. And it's almost as if your mind is awake, you can hear and see things and feel things, but you can't move. Often people see the same things. I don't want to go too much into what people see because I don't want to put that into your subconscious mind so that it's invited to you. But basically, a lot of people see very negative entities. This has happened to me many times. And what most people report that they experience is as if this creature, this being, is suffocating them. They're on top of them, they're in their bed, they're somewhere in their room, but they are holding them down and suffocating them, and we can't breathe. And what I used to do, and what I know most people do, we try to fight, we try to get out of our body, but we're paralyzed. And the more we go into it, the harder it is. And it almost seems like you're stuck in a loop where you're trying to get out of your body, you're trying to move your body, but you can't because you're stuck in this pretty horrific situation. Now, this is what we have to learn. Having these experiences kind of makes you feel a little crazy. You don't want to tell other people about it, or you tell other people about it and they're just like, huh? And then you feel crazy because of their reaction. We feel like we lose our power because there's this being that is suffocating us, that is coming to us at night when we're the most vulnerable we could possibly be, in bed, half asleep and paralyzed. So of course we're going to feel afraid, right? This video is all about letting you know that there is nothing to be afraid of because we have the power. And this is not something that we're taught. We're not taught that the power to control our sleep state is in our own hands. And this is so important because this is going to change everything. Sleep state could be whatever you desire it to be. The thing is, we go to bed without setting intentions, without creating energetic grids, without really having any meaning for going to bed. We're just like, okay, the day's over, let me sleep so I can start tomorrow already. We don't have any intentions. We're not intentional about our sleep. When you go into sleep in that sense, you leave your body, your astral body leaves your physical body, and you're unprotected because you have not set your intentions. So what ends up happening when you're in this hypnagogic state is you become paralyzed. That happens first. And when you're paralyzed, you become so fearful of being paralyzed, and that fear opens a portal and opens the doorway to negative entities to come to do what they want to do with you, basically. Now that sounds really scary, I know, and it is scary. I've been through it many, many times in many different ways. The last time it happened to me, however, I was more conscious. I wasn't as conscious as I am today when I'm recording this video because I've gained so much more insight on how to stop it so it no longer happens. But the last time that I did it, this being was on top of me. I was laying on my stomach and I hear them, you feel them. And I just said, you know what? I'm protected. Guides, get this being off of me. And within a few minutes of just saying, guides, get this, a few seconds of asking my guides to get this being off of me, they did, and it stopped, and I was fine. However, you don't even have to get there. You don't have to get to the point where you ask this being to leave or ask your guides to get this being out, because you can stop it from happening altogether. What we're going to do is just demystify the astral plane. These are just entities that if they see the opportunity to come do what they want to do with other things to mess with you, they will. I wouldn't so much worry about them coming with you for the rest of the day. They kind of leave once we wake up, but you don't want to experience that in the moment. Okay, so now what do we actually do before bed to stop these occurrences, to stop the interference? Well, it's simple. It's very simple. Basically, what we're doing is we're going to take back our space. Our bedrooms, our beds, our homes, these are our spaces. And all we need to do is to be very confident and let any other being or entity know that they are not welcome in your personal space. So what we're going to do before bed every night, because this will become a habit for you for the rest of your life and you will be protected always, is to set our space. Set your space by imagining a grid around you. And this grid emanates a pink light. A pink rosy light. When you see this grid around you, imagine this grid around you, extend it out past your bedroom to cover the entire place in which you and your loved ones inhabit. In that sense, you are also protecting your loved ones. Don't make the space too big. Like if you are in a hotel room or if you're in an apartment building, you do not have to cover everybody. You shouldn't try to extend your energy in that way. Focus on yourself first. And now when you have this grid set, all you have to do is say, I only allow beings who are of the light and of service to the divine plan within this grid. Any entity or being who is not of the light or of service to the divine plan is not allowed here, is not allowed in my body, is not allowed near me. And then we're going to ask any entities who are already there to just leave. So we say, any entity or being who is currently here, who is not of the light or of service to the divine plan, must leave this space immediately. Now remember, these beings and these entities only have access to you because they benefit from the fact that you don't know that it's up to you, that you have free will whether to allow them in or not. Because you've never said, I do not allow any of these beings in, then they're taking advantage of that and they're coming in. Now that you've set your intention that they are not allowed in, according to the way this universe, this world works, according to the way reality works, they are not allowed in because of our free will. The power is in our hands. You are sovereign, you are free. Once you have set up this grid, once you have said this incantation, all I want you to do is set an intention for your sleep. So it could have to do with sleep. You could say, I set my intention to heal through my sleep, to have restful, uninterrupted sleep, to have safe and protected travels through the astral plane. Set that sort of intention. You could also set intentions, to manifest something, if there's something that you desire, or to gain some clarity. If you want an answer, if you want a yes or no answer, or a more detailed answer to some challenge you have in your life currently, you can ask for that. So you set your intention. It's a declaration of intention, and you say that right before bed, right before going to sleep. Once you do these two things, you are protected. Now, I do want to give you some sort of help for if for some reason, if this happens, it won't happen. I've seen it in my own life. They are not able to come in once you set this grid and once you set your intentions and once you set that say that incantation. However, if you find yourself in a situation where this does happen somehow and you are feeling sleep paralysis, what I want you to do is not freak out. Don't try to regain control of your body. Try to take a deep breath in and remember that you have free will and that the power is in your hands. You are more powerful than any entity who is trying to mess with you. You are more powerful than any negativity because your light is so strong. So all you have to do is invoke light and tell this entity, tell them, leave now. I don't allow you here. They will leave immediately. The thing is, I know that when we're in the sleep paralysis state, we tend to get really, really scared, but that fear opens us up to more of their power. So just try in that state to become present. You can do it, trust me. It took me a few times to go through this experience to actually be able to become present. But you become present, you stop being so afraid, and you invoke the light to make these beings go away, and they always go away. It always works. That's it for me today on sleep paralysis. I hope that I demystified the astral realm for you a little bit. Just understand that most beings in this universe are benevolent, but there are some malevolent ones who do benefit from us just not knowing about free will and that the power is in our hands. But the power is definitely in our hands. You are not at the whims of every other creature in this world. This applies to humans as well. The power is in your hands. In your day-to-day life, if you have things that you want to go a certain way, remember that you have free will. Remember that you can make decisions, you can make intentions in your daily life moment by moment, and watch how your life starts to just shape itself exactly in the way that you desire it to be. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful. If you try this, if this helped you, please comment below so that people coming here looking for a solution to their sleep paralysis can know that it really works. I am a testament to this. This works. I learned this from a lot of research, from talking to many people, and from my own experiences. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I love you so much. I'm grateful to you, and until my next video, as always, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Bye!